Young and the Restless Spoilers reveal Nick's manipulation plan could sell Jordan out. The rare peace in Genoa City has never lasted long. When loyalties are bought and intrigues creep into every dark corner, things quickly spiral into an unstoppable chaos. This time, Nick Newman has decided to take a dangerous gamble by using money to manipulate Jordan, who is known to be calculating and willing to betray if the conditions are attractive enough. The price of betrayal. Nick has thrown out a huge amount of money, enough to make Jordan, who was once part of Ian Ward's dark plan, waver in his loyalty. Nick's offer of $10,000 is not just a number, but the key to unlocking a series of chaotic events. Faced with financial pressure and personal ambition, Jordan does not hesitate to turn his back on his former ally, willing to denounce Ian Ward in exchange for freedom and money. However, this betrayal is not without its price. In a world full of dangerous people like Ian Ward, betraying an ally is like signing a death warrant. Jordan knows this well, but greed makes her disregard everything. Between ambition and fear, she chooses to take a risky path, leading to serious consequences that she could not have expected. Ian Ward, the manipulator in the dark plan. Ian Ward, a calculating man, did not foresee Jordan's betrayal. When he learned that she had received money from Nick and was secretly cooperating to harm him, Ian quickly changed his strategy. To get revenge and regain the upper hand, Ian decided to use Sharon Newman, whom Jordan had kidnapped, as a pawn in his ruthless game. Ian not only wanted to eliminate Sharon, but also wanted to use her as part of his plan to overthrow Phyllis Summers, his arch-rival. Ian's intention is to use the murder to frame Phyllis, making her a murderer in front of the whole town. But to do this, Ian needs Jordan to carry out a terrible mission: kill Heather Stevens and leave her body in the same place as Sharon. Phyllis Summers, the woman at the center of suspicion. Phyllis Summers, with her outspoken and critical personality, does not expect to become the center of a terrible conspiracy. Recently, Phyllis has been going around town condemning Sharon for her past actions, unwittingly making herself the ideal target for Ian's plan to frame her. Ian wants all the evidence and clues to point to Phyllis, making her the one to blame for Heather's death. But Phyllis is not someone to be easily subdued. With her sharp intuition and innate intelligence, she gradually realizes that she is being dragged into a dangerous game, where every wrong move can lead to destruction. Jordan's rebellion and the dramatic twist. Meanwhile, Jordan, who is caught between Nick and Ian, begins to rebel. With Nick's money, she has the opportunity to escape Ian's control, but her ambition does not stop there. Jordan wants more. She wants both money and power, and is willing to throw everything into chaos to achieve her goals. However, Jordan's rebellion leads to unexpected events. When Ian forces Jordan to kill Heather and Sharon, Jordan is faced with a difficult choice: follow Ian's orders and continue living in fear, or resist and risk her life to escape the cycle of guilt. This struggle pushes Jordan to the brink of collapse, where every decision could determine her fate. Sharons Rescue, a faint hope in the darkness. Nick does not stop at bribing Jordan. He knows that if he wants to save Sharon, he must act quickly and decisively. With the help of a few secret allies, Nick begins to plot a plan to rescue Sharon from Ian and Jordan. But time is not on his side. With each passing minute, danger creeps closer to Sharon as Ian grows more impatient and determined to carry out his plan to kill her. Meanwhile, Sharon, despite being kidnapped, refuses to give up. She tries to find a way to send a distress signal, hoping that Nick or someone else will find her before it's too late. Sharon's resilience is not only an inspiration but also a key factor in helping Nick find where she is being held. The drama in this battle is not only a battle of wits between Nick and Ian, but also the struggle of each character to protect themselves. Will Jordan choose loyalty or survival? Will Nick be able to rescue Sharon before tragedy strikes? And can Phyllis, with her intelligence and toughness, escape the trap that Ian has set? Genoa City is once again facing an endless storm. People with different ambitions and schemes are caught up in a game with no winners. But it is this unexpectedness and complexity that makes The Young and the Restless so appealing, where each episode is a story full of emotion and drama. Genoa City has never been short of storms, but this time, the undercurrents are pushing the characters into the most dangerous corners. Nick Newman, a seemingly strong and calm man, has decided to risk everything to win back the woman he loves. But is using money to bribe Jordan, a scheming and calculating man, a wise decision, or just the beginning of a series of worse events? Nick Newman, risking everything to save Sharon. Nick Newman has always had a steadfast and unconditional love for Sharon. When he learned that she had been kidnapped by Jordan, Nick chose to risk everything to save her, even if it meant entering a dangerous game. By offering $10,000, a sum large enough to make Jordan change her allegiance, Nick hopes to sway her and find a way to bring Sharon back safely. But Nick's actions do not stop at rescuing. He knows that Jordan is not trustworthy, and once she receives the money, she can become a bigger threat. Nick must find a way to keep Jordan in check while dealing with Ian Ward, the man behind Sharon's kidnapping and his brutal revenge plot. Jordan, a traitor with a rebellious spirit. Jordan is no ordinary person. She used to work under Ian Ward and witnessed his brutality and terrifying manipulation. But this time, because of greed and the temptation of money, Jordan is willing to betray her former ally. With $10,000 in hand, she forces Ian to face the bitter betrayal. However, Jordan does not expect that her actions will push her into a war without a way out. Ian is not someone who forgives betrayal easily. When he learns that Jordan has received money from Nick, Ian immediately changes his strategy. He forces Jordan to prove his loyalty by carrying out a grisly mission: kill Heather Stevens and dump her body in the same place as Sharon. Jordan, already feeling pressured from both sides, begins to rebel. She no longer obeys anyone, but instead seeks to free herself from the cycle of guilt. But her desire for power leads to unexpected consequences, as she becomes the target of those she once thought she could manipulate. Ian Ward, brutal plans and psychological games. Ian Ward, a scheming villain, never lets anyone get the better of him. When Jordan betrays him, Ian is quick to use this to his advantage, making everything part of his larger plan. Ian knows that not only Sharon, but Phyllis Summers is also an important pawn in his game. Ian wants not only to eliminate Sharon, but also to use this case to frame Phyllis. With Phyllis's hot-headed and critical nature, Ian believes she will be the perfect target for blame. He plans to have all the evidence point to her, from fake fingerprints to fabricated statements. Ian not only wants Phyllis to be destroyed, but also wants to make her the sworn enemy of Nick and Sharon. Phyllis Summers, the heart of the evil plot. Phyllis Summers has always been outspoken and not afraid to speak her mind. But this time, that personality makes her the target of Ian's scheme. After going around town criticizing Sharon, Phyllis doesn't realize that she has put herself in Ian's crosshairs. Ian's planted clues begin to appear. From fingerprints on fake weapons to fake witness statements, they all point to Phyllis. When she realizes she has been dragged into the game, Phyllis does not easily accept her fate. She begins to investigate and tries to expose Ian, but at the same time, she is also faced with suspicion from those around her. Sharon Newman, a woman who is resilient in adversity. Despite being kidnapped and held captive by Jordan, Sharon does not give up. She knows that her life is in danger, but with intelligence and determination, Sharon tries to send a distress signal. She uses everything at hand, from small objects in her cell, to hidden symbols, hoping that Nick or someone else will find out where she is being held. Sharon's resilience is not only a source of motivation for Nick, but also becomes a factor that makes Ian impatient. When his plan is pushed to a dead end by Sharon's strong resistance, Ian is forced to make a decision: continue to take risky actions, or change strategies to maintain control. As Jordan rebels, Ian loses control more and more, and Nick gets closer and closer to the truth. Everything seems to be coming to a tense end. Will Jordan really turn traitor and turn against Ian, or will she collapse under the pressure? Will Nick have enough time to rescue Sharon and bring her back safely? And will Phyllis, with her bravery and intelligence, be able to escape Ian's trap, once again caught in a dangerous spiral where loyalty and betrayal are blurred? Sharon Newman is in more danger than ever, kidnapped and held captive by Jordan, a scheming and calculating woman. But this time, it is Jordan's machinations that throw everything into chaos, sending Ian Ward, Nick Newman, and the entire town into a relentless battle. Ian Ward and his discontent with Jordan. Ian Ward, a powerful and calculating manipulator, seems to have complete control over Jordan, who was once a valuable ally in his dark plans. However, this time things do not go as Ian expected. When he asks Jordan about Sharon, he receives a vague answer: "I took care of her." But the reality is completely different. Sharon, in a state of panic, is handcuffed to a large pipe in the basement of a water treatment plant near the river. This is not where Ian wanted Jordan to take Sharon. Jordan's actions make Ian suspicious. He doesn't know that Jordan, who once obeyed him to the letter, is now hiding Sharon in a secret location that he cannot control. Jordan, a tricky card. Jordan, a woman who always knows how to take advantage of opportunities, begins to show her rebellious side. She realizes that Ian is no longer helping her with the Claire Grace Newman case, a legal problem she is facing. This makes Jordan feel that she no longer owes Ian anything. Instead of continuing to follow orders, she starts to set conditions. "You won't know where Sharon is until you help me with Claire," Jordan declares, turning Ian from a manipulator to a manipulated one. This action by Jordan not only angers Ian but also makes the situation more unpredictable than ever. Sharon, the fight in the dark. Meanwhile, Sharon Newman faces fear and despair in the cold basement. She knows that her life is in danger, but Sharon is not the type to give up easily. She listens to every sound around her, looking for an opportunity to escape or send a distress signal. Sharon's strong will becomes a flame of hope for Nick Newman, who is frantically searching for her. Sharon knows that if she holds on long enough, Nick will find her. But time is not on her side. With each passing minute, the risk of Jordan or Ian attacking increases, and Sharon understands that she has few options left. Nick Newman, the man who never stops searching. Nick Newman, the man who has always loved Sharon deeply, is living in days filled with tension and fear. When he receives the news that Sharon is missing, Nick does not hesitate. He begins a relentless search, following every lead, questioning everyone in town, and even facing potential dangers. Nick knows that Ian may be behind this incident, but he doesn't have enough evidence to convict him. The only thing he has is a strong feeling that Sharon is somewhere nearby, waiting for him to save her. However, Nick also faces a big challenge: how to find Sharon before it's too late, when both Ian and Jordan are scheming and dangerous people. Ian and the mind game. While Nick searches for Sharon, Ian continues to use mind games to try to control the situation. He knows that Jordan is not easy to subdue, but also understands that she needs him to solve the Claire Grace Newman case. This gives Ian an opportunity to regain the initiative. He begins to set promises, psychological traps to lure Jordan into revealing Sharon's location. However, Ian also faces the pressure of time itself. If Nick or someone else finds Sharon first, his plan will collapse. Ian knows that every minute can change the outcome, and he must act quickly but carefully to maintain control. In the world of intrigue and betrayal on the young and the restless, nothing lasts forever. Secrets will be revealed, and the strongest are not those with power, but those with will and determination. Genoa City is about to witness a new chapter, where each character must face the consequences of their actions, and the truth will be revealed in ways no one expected. The battle is not only between individuals, but also between values, loyalty, forgiveness, and personal ambition. Genoa City once again witnesses the endless storms, where each character must face decisions that can change their lives forever.